Okay, so I used the blur tool on all of those edges that were kind of bothering me, and I think it looks better. It's a small difference, so I'm going to click back to the one where I started on this guy. Can you kind of see sort of how hard this edge is versus this, that, forth? Tiny difference, and there's nothing really wrong with the cutout here. I just felt like I wanted it to be a little bit more kind of integrated into the background. But while I was doing that, I noticed something that I hadn't before, and I'm going to zoom in here and then pull this over here, and that is that my crop here, it's showing a little bit of the scanner bed. Now I could completely try to crop that off, but I think what I'm going to do, since I didn't show you this before, is use the eraser tool and erase this section here. So I'm going to really zoom in like crazy. You can kind of see, totally see the blurred edge. Hi, kitty. Okay, I can select the size that I want the eraser to be. We'll go for, I don't know, right around there. And I'm going to scroll down on the hardness, just soften that a little bit. Oh, that is ginormous. So I'm going to pull that down and see what that looks like. And maybe a little bit smaller. Okay. Maybe a little bit bigger. All right, we'll do that. And then opacity, I could do 100%, which would be like solid, solid. Not a problem for up here. Might get a little bit tricky down here, right, where I'm close to the edge. So I'm going to pull this down, and I'll use 100% for up here, and then I'll switch it. So I'm just going to erase that, pull this down. That is gonzo. And then move that, pull it down right to about eep. There. Seems good. All right, now I'm going to downsize my brush. Like, well, yeah, about there. And then pull the opacity down to around 50. And now I'll come in, and since it's not opaque, I have to do it in a couple of pulls, but I'd rather do it slowly than lose my kitty's ear. That would be a tragedy. And a little bit up there. Okay, pull my image up. And I have to stand back, or like I should say sit back from my document that I'm working on every once in a while. Sometimes you can sit a little bit too close, and then I don't know, you don't catch as much as you probably could if you had a little bit more distance from your image. I'm just going to put the opacity up a little bit, and maybe I'll even, what the heck, let's see what happens. My brush is probably small enough. There's like a little bit of a dark haloing happening right here. Could also be that my monitor screen is incredibly dirty. No, that was legitimately dark. This looks like that is too. Yeah. Okay, so now I can up my brush size again. Oh, really up my brush size. How about there? And take care of that. Pull my image up. And get rid of the rest of that, which is longer than I thought it was. Okay. So you could spend forever correcting your images. That's one of the things that's great and horrible about Photoshop. So it's not, it's not imperative that these are completely flawless, because they are going to be quite small. But you want to make sure that, it looks good. So I'm going to come back here, just make it smaller as I get closer to that ear. But the 100% opacity it's working fine for that. I'm not really encountering any real issues. Sort of depends on how subtle that edge is for you. Okay, almost done. Larger. So I'll keep doing this and then I'll come back with another one.